So, 11 weeks pregnant. I can't believe I've even got to this stage. I actually can't believe I'm at 11 weeks, if I'm honest. After the last couple of years, I just didn't ever think I would be 11 weeks pregnant again. It's mad when you're trying for a baby and when you've been through loss, because you kind of like, every month it doesn't happen. You think it's never going to happen. So yeah, to be at 11 weeks, 5 days. No, 6, 7. No, 11 weeks, 4 days I am today. But the sickness is starting to kind of go a little bit. It's still quite bad. I think it's when I let myself get hungry, it seems to be worse. But before, I was feeling sick morning to night, and it was just getting worse and worse as the day goes on, to the point at night I couldn't even function. So that was hard, but it's starting to get a bit better now. Still get the gipping throughout the day, but that's just when it catches me off guard, and then I start thinking, oh God, I feel sick, and I think that makes me feel worse. But something I really want to pull back is my diet. I've noticed, like, my trousers, everything is getting so tight already. At 11 weeks, I'm already looking quite pregnant, really. Especially as the day goes on. It's weird, like in the morning, it's still a bump, but not as big. But then towards the night time, by the time it gets to night time, it's huge. So something I really want to do is make sure I'm on track with my eating, not just for putting on weight. Obviously, I know I'm going to put on weight, but I do want to be healthy for the baby, but also for me, because as most of you know, I suffer with something called health anxiety. Now, it's not been as bad, surprisingly, since I gave up coffee, but I'm also aware that every time I'm eating rubbish, which is every day now since I found out I was pregnant, which is 7 weeks, nearly 8 weeks, I've just eaten rubbish. So I want to start to kind of get my diet a little bit better. I'm really conscious of it. It's like when I go to the office at work, because I can't stomach some food in the morning, but I'll be hungry later on. I'm not making myself lunch, but then I'm getting hungry. So I'm just going to the vending machine, which is no good at all. So my plan today, it's a Friday, so this will be quite hard for me, because normally I'm a pig on a Friday. The problem is I'm only craving piggy foods like McDonald's, pizza, chips, pie, gravy. You know, that's all I want. So it's quite hard to make the switch, but I know I'll feel loads better after I do it. I'm going to, today, have a look at what I can have on a day-to-day basis, maybe Monday to Friday, that's a bit of a treat. Obviously, I'm going to have the odd treat when I fancy it. But I'm just going to try and get myself on track again and make sure that I'm actually eating healthy fruit and veg, because that has completely gone out the window. Excuse the state of me. So this morning at 10:45, I'm going for a private scan to check on the baby. Quite nervous at this stage, because I'll be 11 weeks, 5 days. So it feels like there'll be more to see, but I'm hoping it'll be okay, and it's still in there. A bit nervous, so I'll probably be a bit quiet this morning while I just kind of gear myself up for this scan. I think once you've had a scan where they've told you they've passed away, for me anyway, I don't think I'll ever kind of be able to look forward to a scan. I'll look forward to it, but I know that I'll know something today, whether it's okay, whether it's not. Sometimes I'd rather not know, but I need to know. I'm just hoping it'll be okay. Yeah, I'm 11 weeks, but this last week I felt like bits of movement, and everywhere I look it's like, oh, you can't, it's too early. But I know what baby movement feels like. And with George, I felt him around, I think 13 or 14 weeks. With the twins, I was around 13 when I felt them. It feels exactly the same. So this morning I woke up and I felt flutters in my stomach, like baby movements. And that's the only thing that's kind of making me feel a bit more confident. But everywhere I look, it says, oh, it's probably wind or it's probably gas. I mean,
I don't have that much gas.
So, getting ready this morning, and George is very lazy. He loves his bed, but I can hear him coughing. So, we're going to have to do a COVID test. So we may miss this scan. And we may also miss my friend's 40th birthday, but it is the right thing to do, obviously. So I'm going to have to do the test, and let's pray for a negative result. So on our way to the scan, just dropped George off at my mum's. So we're going to go there. We've got 10 minutes to get there. It's only around the corner. Very nervous and definitely don't have a full bladder. So back from the scan that should have been 11-week scan. Now I pay for private ones just because of my past history, and this one was surprisingly good because as a mum who's had miscarriages before, every day is like a hurdle to get through. So basically I went to that scan and they fast forwarded me 5 days. So it was brilliant, and it ended up not being an 11-week scan and actually being a 12-week scan, which was fantastic. So everything's looking positive. They were really, really good in there because the lady was medically trained, which I think makes a big difference when you go into a scan. And she was able to look at the placenta, check that's okay, check the bladder, check that's okay, check the limbs, etc. So after that scan, although it was a private one and it wasn't the NHS one, it felt like I'd been in an NHS scan. So it was amazing, absolutely loved it. And the good thing was it was in a shop where there's lots of prams. So I was having a nosy round. You know, Danny obviously was like, oh, come on, get out before I have to spend a load of money. But I really enjoyed it. I don't want to say I feel confident in this pregnancy because I feel like I'm going to shoot myself in the foot, but I feel it's a lot calmer than what it was with the twins, because by this point I'd been in the hospital so many times with bleeding, and I have bled in this pregnancy from week 5 to week 8? I keep saying week 6 to week 8, but it may have been week 5, maybe the end of week 5. To week 8, which really worried me because I thought, oh, here we go again. But then it stopped and I've not had anything since, and I'm praying that it's okay. Anyway, so next week I've got my 12-week scan, which will actually be 13-week scan. These scans are really reassuring for me and they make me feel a lot better. I know a lot of people say, oh, stop going, like my dad and my mum, like, come on now, stop going for scans. And I'm just like, I actually can't yet. Until I get past the hurdle of where I lost the twins, which was around 15, I say around, I know the exact date, it was 15 weeks, 4 days. I think I'm going to struggle actually, like, not going for a scan or not getting that Doppler out. I'm hoping that I can feel the baby move soon. I have started to feel feelings, but, you know, they're not like, you know, an actual kick. So it's quite difficult to kind of, you know, people, when I'm reading on forums, it's like, oh, it's gas. Well, it's not, because I know what it feels like. But, you know, it's not consistent enough at the moment. So there can be a whole day where I don't feel anything and then I get a bit scared. So anyway, it's exciting. And I'm really, really happy that the scan has gone well. And on to week 12.